My name is Sean Murtha. I'm a lieutenant here with the Worcester Police Department. I think I was in college. I was thinking about what I wanted to do for a career, and a lot of the potential careers didn't seem very exciting to me. I started thinking seriously about law enforcement. I thought it was a good blend of being able to help people, being able to make a very real, tangible difference, and also a job with some excitement, something that's a little different than just sitting at a desk all day, and being out there, mobile, not in one room, and getting a chance to meet, interact with a lot of different people and to help them. So unlike the military, in the military they have a system where you start off from the beginning as an officer or as an enlisted person. So they have two different tracks that you go on from the beginning. It's not like that here. So here, everyone starts off as a patrol officer, and then if you want to, you can take the exam, you can rise through the ranks and get promoted. So it is a different scenario where you used to work side by side with someone in the same role and then get promoted to being a supervisor. So in the military, there's always that separation. Here there isn't, because someone works side by side with you. I think it has its benefits. You know how people work. You know how different people operate. And I think the key when you do get promoted is you just have to keep treating everyone with respect. People will clearly know if you are all of a sudden, if you have a big ego and you're, obviously you have a job to do and you have to hold people accountable. That part of your job as a supervisor. But I think if you keep your ego in check and you treat everyone with respect, it works out well. My daily duties now are much closer to the boring desk job I was describing earlier. But I think, yes, being involved in the administration of the department, I think the mission is just to keep people safe and to make sure that Worcester's a nice place to live and to grow up, and to keep it a nice place like it has been. And I think that is a passion of mine and of all the officers here, is just making sure that this is a place where people can work, can raise families in peace, and that's the goal. So I think one of the major things that police do is those two words are very important. I think protect and serve the community. That summarizes a lot of it, but it's also problem solving. We get over 100,000 calls a year, so we have a huge volume of emergency calls and some non-emergency calls as well. And our officers respond to them and try to fix each one of those problems as best they can. Sometimes it's something relatively simple that they can take care of that day. Other times it's a continuing problem that requires continuing attention. But I think, every urban community, Worcester has its issues, and our officers do their best to respond and to keep people safe. I think it is a crucial role. I think it's one of the primary jobs of the government is to ensure the safety of its citizens, because unfortunately there are always going to be a certain amount of people who will want to take advantage of other people and take shortcuts and do bad things. I think we need police, regardless of what you call them. And there have always been police in every society, whether sometimes it was the military performing that role. And since Robert Peel in England, it became the modern police forces, performing the role of responding when there's a problem and ensuring that people are safe and keeping people from committing crimes. I think overall, I'd like Worcester to be a better city than it was when I started. And of course, the police can't control everything. It's just one small piece of what goes into a community. But I think I'd like us to perform our role to keep people safe and to serve the public as well as possible. So I think if we do a good job, and if I do a good job over the course of my career, hopefully I can influence the department. It'll be a nice place to again grow up and to live. And this is one piece of the puzzle, and I think police certainly can't do it by themselves, but I think if police do their function well, it allows for everything else to flourish. The culture, the businesses, everything else, to some extent, is dependent on the police doing a good job, because if the safety isn't there, then nothing's going to work in a city, I think. And so having a safe city is the prerequisite for all these other things that have been happening in Worcester.